What is up, everybody? It's Joe from JLW Games coming at you with another cool video back in Planet Coaster in the one, the only Time City. And today we're going to be working on one specific thing for this entire episode, and it took a lot longer than I expected. I wanted to get a little bit to the dark ride, but this actually ended up taking a lot longer than I was actually anticipating, so I do apologize. But we will be getting to the dark ride hopefully sooner rather than later. But I wanted to get this building kind of going since I moved it over here, and I wanted to get a nice, beautiful, sci-fi-ish tall building that I might actually add a couple of these throughout the area of the park to give it kind of some of those skyscrapers. I might make some taller ones, different things like that. And I went a little bit extreme when it came to like detailing, because I just kept going and going and going, and I added shaping, I had different stuff. So it all starts from this giant cube, almost roughly, and then I just kind of go in and do my own thing. And it turns out actually pretty awesome. I was actually very proud with this build when it came to it. I don't even finish this building in this episode, believe it or not, as crazy as it sounds, but I was very pleased of how this turned out. And if I spent this much time on all my buildings, who knows what I'd be able to create, but it would take a lot longer because I'm such a slow builder when I'm trying to figure things out on how to make stuff. I had a reference photo of kind of an idea of what I wanted this to turn out. I didn't make it block for block, but I just kind of got an idea, you know, maybe kind of like a style, you could say. And I think I need to do that more often than what I do now. I don't do that enough, and I think it kind of hurts me sometimes when I don't do that, because my buildings don't turn out the way I would hope, because I built this and then I was kind of a little kind of made me look over at the Q building for the flying coaster going, I could have made that probably a little bit better looking, you know, and but the areas are starting to fill out a lot better and look a lot better overall in general. So I'm kind of happy with that. I almost had the thought of maybe making this episode longer or something like that along those lines to kind of make up for this one building that I'm building. It's just kind of one of those things like you're gonna spend an entire episode just building a building that, you know, doesn't even have any purpose. You know, I might make some purpose to it. I don't know if I'm gonna put like some restaurant or something inside it or anything like that, or just make it as a facade, just make it as for show, you know, just to be there for architectural theming, I guess you could say, if that's even a saying of some sorts. It's not gonna, this also isn't gonna be a super tall building. I'm gonna have some taller buildings, I think, throughout, but as for right now, I think it turns out, or it's pretty decent. So at first I'm like, okay, I'm gonna put, you know, just put 4 here and call it good. But then I was like, no, let's make a rounded side to kind of give this building a little bit more of I was gonna put 2 rounded sides, but I was like, no, I'm just gonna stick to 1 after I realized of how difficult it was to actually try and figure out in the end. So I ended up with just going with 1 rounded corner. So I wanted to do a rounded corner because it gives it more of a smooth feel, I guess. And if you do it on just one side, it kind of, you know, gives it a different shaping. Like the shaping just completely turns completely different in the building itself. And I had to clear out some of the pieces and then create some rounded sections, which was the biggest challenge that I had in this build, was trying to figure out exactly what I'm going to be doing when it came to the rounded section, because it's hard to find pieces to round it out, because I have to find either small enough pieces or different stuff like that to kind of make it work out the way it needs to. So the first thing I kind of figured out is maybe do some windows, obviously, but my biggest issue that I was running into is how am I going to cover up this corner right here, like I have with the entire rest of the building with the lights. And I tried to find different kinds of pieces. I couldn't find anything. It took me forever before I kind of came up with a solution for this spot, and I decided to go with a certain light piece in the end. And after a while I was like, I'm just going to get to the windows and we'll come back to it, and then maybe I can find out what I'm going to be doing with it. So, but the windows was definitely an easier thing, and I got the windows in, and I was like, okay, obviously I got to do a little bit more than that. So up here, I kind of started on these little small wooden pieces to kind of round it around, maybe hoping maybe that's something I could use. It worked pretty well for a top here, but I wanted a little bit more when it came to the rest of the building. I did keep this. It looked just fine, but I just wanted a little bit more overall, you know. But I was really liking the shaping, so I was like, if I can just get this detailed properly, I can make something very, very special. It looked really, really cool. So you're gonna see lots of lights, lots of different things like that. Being a sci-fi building, I want to make sure it's lit up pretty well at night, so you can see all those light panels that I probably overuse in the section, to be quite perfectly honest, but I like the way it kind of gives the look for it. So still trying at this point, I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to use to round it around and kind of make that the way I need to. I tried many different things and was going through tons of different things on the list, but I just couldn't find something that I was okay with or happy with until I figured out what I was going to do. And the answer ended up being a little more simpler than I thought, and it took a little bit of some trial and error until I finally got it. But I was like, at this point I'm like, all right, let me try art shapes. That didn't really work, so I tried my best to try and make it work, but it didn't work. So I was like, okay, let's throw away the art shape idea. Let me try this. No, let me try these lights here. And I was like, maybe I can make something happen with this light. And I was like, nope, well, that's not going to work. So I found the small light here, and I was like, okay, maybe I can make something with this. And I was like, you know what? I might actually be able to do something with this. So I actually ended up doing my best, because this is actually the smallest light that is on there. And I got it to work properly. And this is actually what I ended up going with, was these small lights rotated around here. Just kind of make it fit as best as I could. It was very difficult, but it was very worth it in the end, because I think this actually worked quite well, because I combined a couple pieces together to make it look a little more unique, like it's, you know, it goes with something different for once, you know. I thought it was actually a good call by me, and look at this. It looks a lot different than what I was expecting. So, and then after I knew I got that piece, I could just copy it all the way down the line, and then I was like, okay, let me put a couple more, some more windows, because these futuristic buildings, let's be honest, there's always a lot of windows, you know, just for overall. I was thinking about making this like an actual hotel that guests could stay in, but I'm not sure exactly how I feel about having a hotel inside the park total. I would want it just outside the park entrance, to be perfectly honest, but I don't know. Maybe I can make something work or something happen. I don't know. It just kind of depends, you know, it just kind of depends. But then these, in between the windows, I was like, let's throw in some lights and make it happen. So I threw in some lights, copied it all the way down on each side, and this was kind of interesting because I was having some rotation issues where it was like kind of peeking through, and I didn't want it to peek through. But as you can see, I'm pretty confident that this is probably the best building I've built thus far inside the sci-fi section, for sure. Like, but not even close by a long shot. It's been the best. And the monorail has some work to do as well, and because I really want to make the monorail station a lot better. The monorail station, I'm not very happy with the way it looks right now, so I'm thinking about going in there and working on it eventually as well. But overall, this building, again, I thought turned out amazing. I would love to hear what you guys think in the comments. What you guys think of this building. Is it looking good? Does it look sci-fi? You know, I love hearing you guys' feedback. And again, if you want to give me live feedback while I build this stuff, be sure to go follow me on Twitch and watch these episodes live on the live streams through Twitch. Definitely, if you want to maybe influence the park a little bit or something. Definitely always welcome to join the live streams. Links in the description if you want to check that out. Also, join the Discord. Don't forget about the Discord. We have a lot of fun stuff going over there. We're also going to be having movie nights for Twitch subscribers, not YouTube subscribers, but Twitch subscribers, because to be subscribed on Twitch, it costs money. So it's just my way to show appreciation to you guys if you subscribe to me on Twitch, because if you sub on Twitch, it's only, I think it's like $5 to subscribe, and it just helps support me overall. You don't have to, it's just completely optional, but it's just, it helps a lot overall. But you get access to a lot of stuff over there, and you also get access to movie nights, which more details are in the description, or in the, not the description, more details are in the Discord, which is in the description down below, so go join the Discord if you want more information on that. I mean, it's in the sub-only chat, so, but anyways, enough of that. I had to really detail the bottom part here a little bit more. It's going to be a little more difficult, because I had a lot of, as you can see, all these pieces that I was trying to implement, and I wanted to put more stuff on that, so I always ended up putting some more lights on there. I was like, let me just add some more lights to it. That will make it a lot better in the end, I think so. So yeah, if I make more buildings like this, it might take just as long to build these, so you could possibly be seeing me create maybe some more complex buildings like this, but I might make longer episodes, cut episodes or something like that, make some like shortcuts to where it's not just like me just building a building the entire time like this episode, but I would love to hear what you guys think. If you think, or if you don't want to miss anything, let me know. If you guys are okay with me cutting a bit of the detail work, please let me know as well. A lot of people like not missing anything at all, so they can kind of see what I do, and it might helps people with maybe with them building themselves, you know, with their building skills. Building is always one of the tougher points in Planet Coaster for sure. It takes a lot of practice, and not even myself am I the greatest builder out there for sure when it comes to buildings and stuff. I try my best, and I think I'm getting better each and every day that I play, and I'm constantly finding out new stuff to improve my building skills myself. My goal, of course, is always, I have number one on my mind. I always like, I want to be the best Planet Coaster builder out there someday. I didn't get the RCT3 experience like a lot of people did, you know, because I didn't play RCT3 as hardcore as I probably should have when I was, but then again, I wasn't very old, so I was like literally still a kid when RCT3 was out and everything, and now I'm into adulthood and able to focus a little bit more on the details. You know, when I was a kid, I didn't have the patience to do this stuff. I still don't, to be quite perfectly honest, you know. But I'm finding patience some way, somehow, to make these builds happen for you guys. And a lot of you ask me, how do I get through them? It's not easy. You just gotta grind. You really do. And for me, I can't work on it more than maybe 2 to 3 hours max before I start going, okay, I really need to stop for a while, and then maybe I'll come back to another episode later. You know, that's just kind of how it is. You know, that's how I build. That's why you don't see me having my time lapses any longer. You only see about 2 hours of footage or so. But then I got the idea of like, I want to add a little bit more on this part. I was like, I want to add a little bit more to the building, so this adds more shaping, you know. So this is kind of a idea that I have. Remember when we started this episode, it was literally just a tall building, square, tall building. That's all it was, you know, no details or anything. And as I go along, I add more onto it and turn that into something a lot more, you know. That's kind of the idea of it, and it actually turned out pretty darn good. And I noticed that I do a lot better building if I just focus on the same thing, the same building, the same area, for longer periods of time instead of moving on. I know I've preached about, you know, how to work on your patience. You jump around a little bit, But I've noticed that maybe that might not be the best way to go. Maybe the best way to go is just grind it out as best as you can and stay in the same building. Don't give up on it. Keep building on it, and you'll eventually come up with something special like this. Like, I was very pleased with this build, and again, we don't complete it, but maybe by next episode, hopefully it won't take much longer. But anyways, that's about all I got for you guys in this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to comment, like, and subscribe for more amazing content like this. We're posting videos every day at this point, so hopefully we keep doing that. So you don't want to miss a video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you like the video, like it. Leave a comment if you have any comments, and hopefully I'll get back to you sometimes. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you have a great day and even cooler tomorrow, guys. And I will catch you guys in the very next live stream or video, whichever it may be. Thank you, and goodbye.